Good morning, Year 10. I hope you're keeping yourself safe and well. Mr. Sutton here with your third lesson. And as I'm sure you can see from this picture, yes, this dreaded bracket from the test. This was indeed, for most of you, and I say most of you because there was some that did this particularly well, this was the place where you lost most of your marks. There will always be a drawing question in the exam. And remember that you will still need to do an exam. It may not be this year, but it certainly will be next year. And then you may well get one earlier than you think. It may not be on the May the 15th, but we certainly will be having one at least. And you are going to need to answer a question similar to this. Now, the problem that most of you had is you didn't read the question, as I put in some of your feedback. Complete the orthographic projection on the opposite page. Opposite page! Yes, that's something you didn't read. The front view has been completed for you. The side and plan views need to be completed. And it was 6 marks. Now, this particular one, loads of you then did something in this space, just here, which is not what they asked for. They had completed, and they usually will do 2 views, and we can see that we got the front view just here nicely. Side view, you need to put the plan view here. Where most of you lost marks was, you need to put the 2 holes, because look, it's got one above and below it, and if you look above at the image, you will see that that's exactly the same on that one. You can see we've got 4 holes just there, 4 holes on the bottom, and this bracket. So you've got some hidden detail as well. So you need to put the extra 2 holes just there, and you need to put the extra hidden detail for the actual 2, if you like, one behind the other, of the holes just there. And then put the plan view. The plan view was worth 2 marks, and some of you put it over here, which is not where we're supposed to have. Orthographic projection should be an L shape. Now today what I'm going to ask you to do is to do some practice on this, because really this is your drawing lesson. We've got theory on Monday, drawing then, and then unit 1 or something similar on the third lesson. This is what I would like you to have a look at, and we're going to try today to complete this work and send it back to me. I'm going to show you how to do that. We're not going to use Insight, we're not going to use the school systems, because we all know they can be a little bit temperamental. We're going to use Google Drive. You are going to need a Gmail account to do this, so I am going to give you an alternative if you do not have a Gmail account. But if you haven't got a Gmail account, get one sorted out. They're really useful. It's worth just coming up with a Gmail account just for this. We will use it in future, and believe me, it is more than worth it. So, what are we going to do? Well, I have got orthographic projection practice. This one here. I have got this simple image. All dimensions are in millimeters, and it says here, third angle orthographic projection, practice. Below is a simple shape, drawn in 3D. Using your skills with orthographic projection, draw a third angle view of the object. Include front, side, and plan views of the object. You can add a bottom view and even another side view, but I would stick with the standard layout, the L. And this here always shows where the front elevation is. So I'm going to listen to see how many people actually listen to my videos. That should be the front. So you should be doing this block and these side bits and etc. It should be pretty easy. I mean, I can figure it out very quickly in my head, but then I should do. I'm an engineering teacher. You should be able to start doing that yourself. You've got every single part of the dimensions you need in order to draw this in orthographic projection. What I need you to show is I want you to show all of your construction lines as well. Now, I would do this on a separate piece of paper and then take a photograph of it, and then you should be able to share that with me. Alternatively, you can be a little bit fancy, but I'll come to that in a moment. What I'd like you to do is, and I want to try and then give you feedback on your drawing using my teacher's feedback, so you can see we can start having a virtual classroom here. What I'd like you to do is draw out your drawing and then take a photograph of it, and I've included a link to, let me just bring this up, my Google Drive part, this homeworking Google Drive content. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to actually create or upload something into a folder in here. And in fact, I'm going to create a new folder in here, and I'm going to call it, well, actually we'll call it orthographic, or else it orthographic practice lesson work. Now what that means is, if I create that one, I have already shared this home working content folder generally and allow you to create stuff. Now, when you go to Google Drive, you can see I'm logged in as Mr. Sutton DT. Up there at the top, you will be logged in when you've got a Google account, and I'm sure, or a Gmail account, you will be able to log in. As soon as you put this link in, it will come up with this Google Drive here. I might actually link directly with this folder, and it says here, drop files here. Simple as that. All you need to do is take your photograph using your camera. Please, please, please try to make it as small as possible. So squish it down. Don't have it at like 4K or no, not even 4K actually, because that's actually 4 megapixels. Try to keep it small. I don't want files that are huge, please. We've got the technology these days to have amazing resolution, but I just need to see black and white lines. So let's see if we can manage to squish that down. Change the settings on your camera. Alternatively, if you're thinking you're going to be really fancy, and some of you like working on computers, you can actually go to New here, and you've got More at the bottom, and it allows you to do a Google drawing. Now, yes, we want to create it and all that type of thing. Now, the Google drawing is this. It's a very, very simple drawing thing. Now, the thing is that you can do most of the bits that you would want to do. You've got basic shapes, and you've also got all the curved lines and etc. You can pretty much do that orthographic projection one and all the views using that. Now, I know that you also possibly need to put all the dimensions on it, and how will you know what the dimensions are? Well, excuse me. It's an experiment. See which one fits you. And what I'm more interested in is seeing that you can translate the views correctly and get the kind of proportions approximately right. Those people drawing it by hand, I want you to get it absolutely spot on to the millimetres. People who might decide to do it this digital way, then I'm more looking for you trying to get it the right size. I mean, you can see on here you've got basic shapes, and I can just go for a rectangle, and obviously I can do it like this. Now, it doesn't give me any dimensions on here, except, of course, at the top here. You may be able to find it. I haven't really used this a great deal, but you should be able to find something that might help you out with the sizes on that, if you feel like doing that, or indeed, if you've got any other drawing package. Some of you may have the luxury of having other drawing packages at home. Even if you use PowerPoint, I'm not bothered. I just want an image or a file or something that I can open. So bear in mind, if you're using some sort of exotic bit of software, you just save it in its exotic format and send it to me. I will not be able to help you out on that one. What I would like to see is, I'd like to see that by the end of today, please. I'm going to take a little bit, a bit of an experiment here. It's seeing how many people are logging in and watching my videos correctly, how many people are actually doing the lesson as they should be doing, and how many people are following instructions. So I'm going to have a look at this, and certainly by tomorrow morning, so around about 9-10 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'm going to have a look in this folder, see how many people have actually managed to do it, because it's a good thing for me to reply back to and say, look, I've asked them to do this task, and it's completely online, and it's a drawing task, and this is what's come up, because I'd like to share this with some of the other people in the ADT department. It's a bit of an experiment, and you know me, I like to experiment with you guys because I trust you more than any other groups to start to do stuff. So just to recap on that one, I want you to do this. Third angle orthographic, 3 views minimum. You can add extra if you think you want to be fancy. You can add all the, the bits and pieces, like it'd be lovely to see that you would draw the border and also the name block as well. That would be fantastic. I am going to mark these on, level 1 pass, merit, distinction. Really, to get a distinction, you are going to have everything absolutely correct, have all the construction lines, the projection lines, a border around the outside, and a name block which is correct. You'll have to give it a name for the actual product, and it will be correct. So I will give you a kind of merit distinction, and I'll feedback on which ones, and I'll do a little bit of verbal feedback to help you with that. So a bit of a major one today. I'll put this all into Insight for you. If you know anybody that's missing it, they should know by now that what I tend to do is going to be on YouTube. I apologise, it's a little bit late. I've spent quite a bit of time sorting out how to do this, get this Google Drive working perfectly. It wouldn't work perfectly to start with, but hopefully everything has been sorted out. If you have got any problems, though, if you are having issues where you can't create an account or whatever, you can send an email directly to me. I have shared this with you. It's not exactly hard to remember, but it is msutton at, and then it's eastleak-ac.org.uk. Now, I monitor that on my phone all the time. I've got it up on my laptop as well whenever I'm working, so that is there. And as soon as your bits and pieces come in, I will reply as soon as I possibly can and try to help you out. Upload these into that folder. You can see, oh, look at that, untitled drawing. Oh, one last thing. Names. Please, if you save it as untitled drawing, I'm not going to know whose it is. So just put your name in it. Simple as that. You know, I want to say, well, I don't know, Tommy, and then drawing, or, you know, Roman, drawing, or whatever, Chloe, drawing, whatever it might be. But I want your name in it so I know who has done it. Okay, Year 10, hopefully that should be nice and straightforward and simple. I'm going to probably carry on with some of these, try this quite a bit to try and get more and more work back from you. Hope you're keeping yourself safe, and speak to you soon. Take care.